was looking for some information on a DSLR camera, and so in the process of doing some research, I came across a channel called DSLRguide by Simon Cade. And as I continued to kind of watch some more of his videos, one of the things that kind of struck me about what it was that he was talking about was the concept and the idea of storytelling. So it's not so much about the technical aspects of what you're doing, though they're important. It's ultimately about telling a story. Now, he was mostly interested in short films and things of that nature, but I quickly was able to start to see how it could apply to DIY, woodworking, and maker type of programs as well. Because in the end, it's the story of the process of making, or it's the story of the inspiration for the project, or it's even the story of the materials that are being used in that particular case. And so it really is a lot about storytelling. I really like then what it was that he had to say. And so one of the things that I'm going to be trying to do in the future is in my videos try to tell more of a story. So it's not about point A to point B to point C and simply carrying out what it is that you're doing, but trying to then tell a story about how this project evolved, or the process that I used in order to kind of come up with the idea, or whatever it is, to try to put it in that story format. Having that idea in mind of storytelling, I want every aspect then of what I'm doing to kind of be focused on that. And so as part of that then, I decided to create a new intro to my videos, trying to take in those concepts and those ideas as well. And so let me show you what it looks like now. So whether it's about opening the door, turning on the machines, or cutting the wood, it's all about a journey. It's about the process and not about completion. As all these ideas then have been percolating in my mind for about the last month or so, and the more I thought about those content creators whose videos I always have to watch because they're really pulling me into what it is that they're doing, I noticed the same thing, that it's all then about telling a story in some form or fashion or the other. And those people are Garrett over at Not Just Sawdust, Cristiano at Get Hands Dirty, and Laura Kampf. All of them are great content creators, wonderful concepts and ideas of not just what they're creating, but also the way that they present it. One final thing, I was listening to the most recent episode of the Darbin Orvar podcast, and one of the things they were doing over there was the Woodworking Tag. There are a series of questions that kind of very quickly kind of get an idea of where someone is coming from, and so I thought I'd give it a shot. Oak or walnut? Definitely walnut. One of the things I love to do in projects is having contrasting woods, and when you throw a little splash of color, something dark like a walnut, it always helps to set it off. Polyurethane or lacquer? For me, definitely lacquer. And I think lacquer, I've got a little bit more control over the way the finish is going to come out. Dream shop or dream home? For me, as a monk, I'm not too interested in building a house, so I'd love to have the dream shop. Pencil or computer? As much as I would love to do everything by pencil, I'm not much of a drawer. And I find when I'm working some things out, I'll throw together a quick sketch on the computer. So definitely computer for that one. Dovetail or box joints? Whatever's necessary for the project. The nice thing about box joints is they're very utilitarian, whereas dovetails, they do give it kind of a nice little panache. Craftsman or Chippendale? Craftsman. Saw stop technology, overrated or underrated? For me, I think it ultimately has to do with how you're comfortable in your own shop. I don't want to spend the extra money on a saw stop, but I've never had to deal with any major close calls. And so I think it really does have to do with your own level of comfort. Hand tool importance, overrated or underrated? I think every woodworker needs to know how to use some hand tools. So I'm going to say underrated. YouTube is a teaching tool, underrated or overrated? I sometimes wonder about that question, whether we're really learning some things on YouTube. I think YouTube's a great opportunity to learn a lot of different things, but I know within the woodworking community, I think a lot of it is kind of showing what it is that we're doing. Though I think we can also teach in that same process. So for me, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. That's just some of my thoughts that I've been thinking about for the last month or so. And then just in the last day, basically these ideas for the woodworking tag. I am working on a couple projects, so I'm hoping to have those out fairly soon. So be on the lookout for those. As always, thanks for watching, and may God bless you.